All right, welcome to another. This is episode 29. Let me write that down. Of My FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there's a video, there's a blog, there's a transcript. The transcript is rss.com. You go there, put My FX Buddies, and the transcript is there, and it's a pretty good one because I know I stop mid-sentence. I don't say words all the way. I know. I'm trying. Um, the video, Spotify.com. If you have a paid subscription, I guess, membership. And why would you? I just got an email. 6 months free of Spotify. Why would you pay? I shouldn't say that. Oh, they're going to kick me off. Watch. Anyway, they'll have a video there. Where else? The blog. The best place to go is the blog, which is myfxbuddies.blogspot.com. Look, I bought the domain myfxbuddies.com, but I didn't set it correctly, so it goes to like, oops, there's nothing found here. And I had someone offer to help me. But I keep saying, oh, we're going to RV. I don't need to fix it. We're going to RV. I don't need to fix it. But if we're still here after Ramadan, I'll fix it. Okay. Anyway, which I'm pretty certain we will be. And I'm going to show you why. Yes. Okay. All right. I think that's it. If you are listening on YouTube, I know you think you're watching a video, but you are listening to a podcast. And if you want to see the videos and all the article is in full on the blog for free. I just cover the parts that I think are pertinent. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, look below the video, and there's a word that says more. Click on that, and then there's a link to the blog. All right, I think that's it. I think I got everything, and anything I show is for discussion, credit, what else? I'm trying to get the buzzwords. Teaching, commenting, critique. So there, and it's under Fair Use Disclaimer Act. All right, so pretty boring. Not I'm still waiting for more information from the CBI, and not a rate. More information. It didn't come out yet. What else? Yeah, so nothing. There's some little things about the rate. Well, there's one thing here that is interesting. Okay, so the title of the whatever, Central Bank of Iraq. Our goal is to preserve the reputation of the banking. Oops, it's missing an R. Sector. Oh yeah, it cuts off. It probably cut it off. But anyway, so there was a video. This is not a video. I know there's a little play arrow there, but guess what? This is an image. Okay. But, see, you know what? Let me try. I'm going to show you. Will it work? No. The link doesn't work. So I went there, and it's a video in Arabic I'm trying to post so you can see something in the background. Well, not even 20 minutes later, I went back, and the video was taken down. But I was able to get this image. So, see this over here? Let me see. See this over here? Oh, this guy, he's the deputy. He's the deputy CBI. Oh, there we go. Okay, let me bring that down. Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, Ammar Hamad, told Arabian News that the bank is working to lift the U.S. ban on dealing in dollars in a number of Iraqi banks and to preserve, oh shoot, the TV. There, I turned it down. I forgot. I should have turned it down. All right. Anyway, um, preserve the reputation of the banking sector. So who knows what he was saying? But look at this back here. That is a board of, yes, but these are the current notes. And look how it's over there in the corner. So to me, that's like they don't use that anymore, right? But I'm fairly certain they're gonna, when they finally do put the new notes out, they'll have boards like that. And I'm hoping to get a picture of that. I'm hoping they'll put that on some of the banking websites that I go to. Maybe the people will put it on social media, right? So yeah, I thought that was interesting. I know there's new people. Oh, hey, new subscribers. Welcome. Thank you. You'll get used to me after a while. Okay. Um, I forgot what I was going to say, but it was nothing. All right. So, um, this was yesterday. Yeah. So, well, that thing that I just showed you, that was today, but these are yesterday's. Um, Iraq is looking forward to the entry of Azerbaijani companies into the local market. And guess who won't like that? Iran. Yeah, because less people will buy the Irani stuff and they'll be buying the Azerbaijani stuff. So, and there was another article, something about Chamber of Commerce maybe, but basically that's the same thing. Minister Mikhail Japarov expressed his happiness to visit Iraq, praising the successful visit made by the President of the Republic to Azerbaijan. Remember, I think a couple of months ago he went recently, and its importance in strengthening bilateral relations. So, yeah. Okay, this is interesting because remember there was an article about 450 laws were just missing from the House of Representatives. They were like, hey, we noticed some laws are missing. So, return of some laws of previous sessions and activation of parliamentary committees. But guess what? Today's Tuesday. Oh, doggone it. I forgot to put. See, I was in a hurry. So you're going to have to see me edit the blog live. Well, whatever. Um, ooh, you know what? Maybe not. I don't think I'm going to do it live. Okay, anyway. The, yeah, I'm all over the place. Sorry. Uh, oh, all right. Got my winning ticket for Mega Millions. Okay. Oh, I went all the way down to the beginning. Okay, there's two articles. Oh, I know what I was saying. See? Give me a minute, it comes back. The Council of Ministers had their meeting today, and while they had some pretty interesting stuff, they didn't do the budget schedules, which I was hoping they would, nor did they go over any of these laws. But they did. I just kind of scan through and look for certain terms. I don't really read them because they're pretty boring and it's really internal stuff for the country. But today they did a lot of financial stuff, um, allotting money to things, moving projects forward. So I'm going to put that towards the bottom if anyone wants to read that. It's interesting. Yeah, to some. Okay. Now I really like this article. Economists, citizens still prefer cash transactions over electronic transactions. I forgot to tell you, I'm listening to something that I'm addicted to, so if you can hear something playing low, I apologize, but I can't pull myself away. All right. So look at this picture. The lighting's really bad. Actually, I think this is an old picture because They're not wearing gloves. This lovely blouse. I think I've seen that before. That's kind of unforgettable, right? But anyway, but you see how they walk around with stacks of money like that. And that's that's why when they word the articles the way that they do about it will save the citizen from having to carry around the money. Yeah, that's what they get. That's probably like a 6-inch stack of money right there, right? Wouldn't you love to have all of that? Anyway, okay, economic affairs specialists criticize the lack of infrastructure for electronic payment services in many departments and institutions and confirmed that most citizens still prefer cash. Yes, what smart citizens. So here's the economist. I'm not going to try to say his name, his or her name. Electronic payment is a globally recognized technology. So they just basically go on to say, oh, wait, no, let me read that. That can be used without the need to carry paper money or coins. And I thought it was interesting that they put coins there because the majority of the adults in Iraq right now aren't used to carrying coins. They're used to dealing with the dollar, first of all, right? And then the 30 notes, but no coins. So that's a hint right there. Hey, you're getting ready to have coins. So we find it with, in my opinion, right? So we find it approved through the use mechanism, a credit card that enables its holder to pay anywhere. And then down here it says you can pay anytime. So it talks about it's MasterCard or a credit card. Um, yeah. So you could read this if you want, but it's basically explaining how we really want you to move into this digital economy. We just had a forum, the first Iraqi Digital Economic Forum, to show you the transformation and how good everything is. But how can they say that when what they just had an outage because of electricity? Um, so sorry, you can't convince me that it's better. What if it goes down? Oh yeah, at the fuel stations. There was an article, I don't know if I posted the article, but that's the complaint. Either the technology's not working, it's not connecting, like it's supposed to, or the electricity's out. And you can't, anyone who has a business, or even if you go to a business, you can't operate like that, right? But anyway, so they'll get it together. But that's where that stands. Okay. I just like the title of this. The Prime Minister expresses Iraq's desire to occupy its position in the international arena. So I feel that if there's going to be any kind of announcement to the non-dinar land people, it'll be something like that. Something on the business channels, right? Oh, and that reminds me, if you're new to Dinarland, you should go on YouTube and put in Kramer. Kramer says invest in Iraq or something like that. It's 13 years old, but he actually says go buy Iraqi dinar. And at that time, Erin, I can't remember her last name. She's there and she's like, I've got mine. And she puts up I think a 25K note and a 10K note. But if you're new and you haven't seen that, or you're if you've been in Dinarland and you haven't seen that, that's another thing to show the non-believers in your world, right? I mean, Kramer's an idiot anyway, right? But he's I'm sure some people respect him. But there it was on a business channel, pure as daylight, right? Plain as daylight. So yeah, maybe next time I'll post that. But you should be able to find it. That's not the exact title, but put in Kramer IQD CNBC, and I bet you'll find it. It's 13 years old. Okay, all right. So, but this article is talking about they're going to have nuclear power. Okay, look at this. Iraq, a thriving smartphone market led by the Chinese. So this is like a little outline. But I kind of like this because it's just the facts, right? No fluff. But also, so this came out yesterday on the 18th. Oh, did I say it's March 19th, 2024? And this should be uploaded on March 19th. But this one, Mobile Revolution in Iraq, global companies cater to growing demand. And look, they go out to 2027. They expect to sell devices. But look at this. Iraqi children and mobile phones. One of these articles mentions people over 5 years of age. Okay, so they do want the kids to have them, but there has been articles in the past saying parents, here's some websites that you can teach your children math, and I did go there, but guess what? The numbers were the Arabic numbers, so it wasn't very helpful for me. But yeah, so and they have a Sesame Street, but it's not the same characters, and I'm sure they don't cover the same topics either, but you can tell it's the sign. Well, sorry if you don't remember Sesame Street. But anyway, so you could check that out if you like. Here, I thought this was interesting. Iraq sends technical and military committees to several countries to purchase advanced air defense systems. I thought they bought those from us. So it says France. The only country they list here is France. Iraq has contacted French radars, but also they visited a number of countries and made offers to them. So wow, we're not even gone yet and they're already shopping around. All right. Amid skepticism about its futility, it says Sudanese, but this is Sudani, right? Prepares for an American tour to arrange relations and end the presence of the international coalition. Yeah, you gotta put some drama in it, right? Because it's so boring. But anyway, so Sudani is preparing to make an important visit. We don't know exactly when. It still looks like April, sometime in April. I believe it's after Ramadan, but that's me. So he's going to meet with a large number of officials there, headed by Joe Biden to discuss many important issues. Let's see, but mostly, so if you read the rest of the article, it's mostly talking about getting rid of the American forces. But we know that's just one thing, right? So yeah, it's not that long. And then down here, they talk about the Gaza Strip, the Gaza event. That an interesting thing to call it. All right. Here, economist. 3 reasons behind the decline in the dollar prices. What does he say? Speculation, illegal trade, and a decrease in the demand for the dollar. But he says exchange rates will rise again with the demand for spending on Eid al-Fitr. What is Eid al-Fitr? It's a 3-day holiday directly after Ramadan. Oh, you know what? Let me say thank you, or she'll think I didn't get that. All right. So maybe he'll be right, maybe he won't. And the rate they're talking about is the dollar rate, the parallel market rate. And it did get down, it's gotten to 1,490 dinars per dollar. It has not gone below that, which I was hoping this week, maybe tomorrow it'll hit 1480. So we'll see. All right. Here's another nice title. Sudani says we are continuing to expand the investment environment and attract international expertise. Like, yeah, we need some help. And they talk about launching the Development Road Project. Okay, so if you want to read that, look at this guy. Guess who he works for? International Atomic Energy Agency. And look at his name, Rafael Grossi. But look, if you took that I off, what would his last name be? Gross. Oh, I know. I need to grow up. I know. My children tell me the same thing. But anyway, so IAEA to help Iraq develop peaceful nuclear programs. So it's supposed to be for energy. But we shall see. Hopefully we won't. Hopefully we won't be here. But whatever. Okay, I thought this was interesting. The United States intends to refill the strategic oil reserve. And this was in Iraq's news. So I guess they wonder if we're going to take their oil or buy oil from them. Even though I've been reading, we're like pumping out oil more than we have in a long time. So, I don't know, so confusing. But anyway, all right, so these are articles from today, the ones that I decided to post. And then I'll just tell you, it's there. They had a holiday, kind of, because it's raining. Okay, but it's not just rain. It's flash flooding. Look at that. How can I start this over? Well, yeah, see that? Okay. There they go. Scanning, whatever. So that is in Kurdistan somewhere. And then look here. This is a picture. But see the waves of dirt and everything else. And then they even had hail. But I didn't get that picture. But anyway, so that could be why it was a slow day today. So in anticipation of the rain coming, they had closed, or what do they call it? Shut down working hours or something for 6, they call them governance now, not provinces. And then the others, they were like, no, you're going in. But then halfway through the day, they were like, oh yeah, it's really bad. Go home. People died. People are missing. Well, they may be found now because that was earlier in the day. So it's really sad. So tomorrow's been deemed a holiday again because they're going to get more rain. So it may be another slow article day tomorrow as well. All right. But look at this. The President of the Republic stresses the importance of following up on the implementation of Article 140 of the Constitution. So, Stephen Hitchens, I know it's not Stephen Hawking, but he's the United Kingdom ambassador to Iraq, and I'm not sure who that lady is. Maybe she's his whatever. So yeah, they're talking about how important it is to get her done. And the reason why that's kind of exciting is as long as I've been in this, there were smarter, more informed people who think Article 140 has to go when the rate changes. So that's why I kind of perk up a little when I see them talking about Article 140. And remember what, last week they were telling people to come, the Article 140 committee, there it is, Supreme Committee was telling people, hey, come on down, fill out your paperwork. So they're getting ready. All right, so you can read that if you want. Finance begins paying the salaries of state employees. I don't usually post this because that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to pay them, right? But what was it about this? Calling on spending units. There was something different. Take into account adherence to the monthly funding schedule. The ministry called. No, I can't find it. But anyway, so then I'm wondering, well, how are they paying them if they froze the money, right? Remember there was an article about the parliament money was frozen, but you know, I think there's some things they cannot freeze, and salaries are one of them. All right, here's another. Oh, this guy. Omar Halabusi, but he's not the guy that used to be the House Speaker. He's probably related to him, though. An economist criticizes the central bank's measures to resolve the dollar crisis and proposes actual solutions, okay? Because he's the man. He has the actual solutions. What is this word right here? Oligopoly. I've heard of oligarchy, but I'll look it up. You don't have to leave a message. I'll look it up. But I don't think I've ever seen that word before. But and I do a lot of reading. But anyway, here. So he said, especially since the banks are the ones who control. So he's blaming the banks, which that's who's doing it, right? It's the banks because the politicians own the banks, and even some of the politicians that are Iranian backed, they own the banks. And as long as there's this spread, they're making money, right? So that's what he points out. You could come and you could read this. In addition to that, the continued inactivation of exchange companies in the Western governance and the Kurdistan region contributes to the exchange rate remaining high. So some of the exchangers, the money exchangers, they're still not operating, so that means there's limited places people can go to get the dollar, right? And that's what it makes the price go up. So yeah, then they talk about, hopefully they've asked the Americans to circumvent, get involved with getting rid of those sanctions, but we shall see. Okay, we only have 4 minutes, so let's see. Here's another little article, basically the same thing. Use the dinar instead of the dollar and the rate will go down. Here's an article about U.S. sanctions increase Iran's anxiety after the decline in agricultural exports to Iraq, but that's kind of on purpose because they want the people to not buy. There's a boycott on Iranian goods from the last time Iran bombed that area in Iraq. Remember that? Which I probably shouldn't have just said that word, but oh well, whatever. Okay, so, I showed you. Okay, I know people say, oh, it doesn't matter. They can RV during, Ramadan. Oh, this is why I think you can't compare, and we've heard many people say you can't compare this Iraq's RV, and yes, I'm using RV. I know some people have a heart attack when you use RV, but I'm using RV to Kuwait's because Iraq is totally different. Plus, it's a different time. But look, in less than 12 hours, 19,000 Iranians entered Iraq. So they could go to this place. There's something in here that they want to go into to celebrate, commemorate, whatever, for Ramadan. I don't know if Kuwait has any of those special shrines or whatever, but Iraq has quite a few. So imagine changing your money, and then you have foreigners. I'm just kidding. You have visitors, right? 19,000, that's just the ones that they counted. What about the ones that, I sound like something else, huh? But I am talking about Iraq. So that's another reason why I don't think they'll do it. There's lots of people. People come from Turkey. People come from other parts of the, Arabian world, or I hope I didn't offend anyone by saying that, to be at the different shrines and mosques. I don't know. Whatever. That was one thing I wanted to show you. And dang it, I'm really bummed that I don't have. See, I can't go in my email because you'll see it. Let's see. I can't show you that either. And see, it's not. Yeah, I apologize, but this article. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it I'm gonna put it post-production. I'll put it at the bottom. Towards a multipolar global monetary policy. Ooh, that's a lot of words, right? A lot of big words that you don't say every day. And ooh, that man's picture is so big. And okay, there we go. This article is really, really good. It talks about, let me see, about the global economy, how it got into the mess that it is. It even goes back to see, remember this prime minister right here? He's the one that the people demonstrated in October. I can't remember the year, but a lot of them died, and then like double that got injured, and he was crying, but he stepped down. You guys probably don't remember that, but look, it talks about Donald Trump. It talks about World War II, but um at the bottom, look at this. So, oh, here, these two paragraphs right here are about the bricks. Well, it's three here, but the way that I formatted it and I put colors and stuff to make it like here, you should really read this part. But if you're someone that doesn't really understand bricks, doesn't really understand why they're forming, this article does a pretty good job of explaining that in a simple way. But this website, I will tell you, is written more of, I would say, a high school level vocabulary, not like the others. So, yeah, you might have to read it in chunks. Okay, but anyway, see this right here? Look at this. Iraq. And we're done. After I read this, I'm done. Iraq, as a developing country, is important to all parties to the global conflict because of its position in the Middle East and its possession of the most important elements of the conflict represented by energy. And there's, more to them than just oil. They have that natural gas and other things too. So again, I apologize. I'm an amateur and I was trying to hurry because I have limited time. So, but I do promise if you go to the blog, this article will be at the bottom. You know what? Since I'm up here, let me check the rates. And you could read it. I'm asking my boys that are adults to read it. Oh, yeah, 1282. Because I don't, when you live with them, you can sit down here and watch this, right? You can make them do stuff. At least that's what I did. But when you don't, when they're out there on their own, you don't know. And I'm like, you need to know this. You need to be aware of what's going on. But, all right. So I promise that will be down at the bottom below the results of the Council of Ministers meetings. And I'll have big titles pointing you to those. All right. So that's it. Thank you. I hope this was helpful. I told you it was boring because it's not, what we're looking for. But it's still all good, right? It's all good. And like I said, I think with this, the weather, the flooding plus the death, they really take death seriously. I mean, not that everyone takes it seriously, but they mourn, right? What have we ever shut down 3 days for 3 days of mourning? Not since I've been alive. And I'm older than I sound. I know some people think I'm a little young person because of my voice, but no. I have 2 kids that have graduated college. Okay, there you go. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks, new subscribers. Enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, whatever day, whatever time you're enjoying this content. And until next time, which will not be tomorrow, more than likely, if there's nothing, that I go, oh, I want to share this. So I'll try to do Thursday. Try to do every other day. All right? All right. Until next time, thank you.